There was a time when football belonged to Ronaldinho.
Ronaldinho into the area. Ronaldinho! 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 Ronaldinho!
Not Cristiano Ronaldo, not Lionel Messi.
Ronaldinho peaked when he was crowned king of the football world after winning the Ballon d'Or in 2005.
For a magical period in the mid-2000s, Ronaldinho was the player every child wanted to be.
Ronaldinho que se va solo, Ronaldinho, ¡gol!
El talonamiento, Ronaldinho buscando el gol del Barça. Ha marcado el Fútbol Club Barcelona. Ha marcado Ronaldinho.
He made football look effortless. The defenders looked helpless against him. Fans packed stadiums to witness a trick, a smile, or a moment of genius. He wasn't just winning matches. He was making people fall in love with football. But years later, headlines about Ronaldinho looked very different. Instead of Ballon d'Or trophies and standing ovations, newspapers were reporting financial troubles, legal battles, frozen bank accounts, and even a shocking prison stay. How did one of the richest and most beloved footballers in the world go from the top of the game to stories claiming he was nearly broke? This is the rise, fall, and complicated reality of Ronaldinho, the boy from Porto Alegre. Before the fame, before Barcelona, and before becoming one of the most recognizable athletes on earth, Ronaldinho was just a kid from Brazil with extraordinary talent. Born in 1980 in Porto Alegre, Ronaldinho grew up in a football-loving family. His father worked at a football club, and his older brother was also a professional player. From an early age, it was obvious he was different. Stories of his skills spread quickly. Local coaches spoke about a young player capable of things they had never seen before. He dribbled effortlessly, played with creativity, and seemed to enjoy football more than anyone else on the field. But behind the smiles was tragedy. When Ronaldinho was still young, his father died unexpectedly. The loss deeply affected the family, but football became both an escape and a purpose. Years later, Ronaldinho would often say that his father remained one of his biggest inspirations, Brazil's next superstar. By the late 1990s, Ronaldinho was becoming one of Brazil's brightest prospects. His performances for Grêmio attracted attention across South America. Soon, European clubs began circling. When he joined Paris Saint-Germain in 2001, many believed a future superstar had arrived in Europe. The talent was undeniable. The consistency wasn't always there. Ronaldinho loved football, but he also loved life. Nightlife, parties, and entertainment frequently became part of discussions surrounding him. Even then, some coaches worried that his carefree lifestyle could limit his potential. What nobody knew was that his greatest years were still ahead. The Barcelona Revolution. In 2003, Barcelona signed Ronaldinho. The club was struggling. Real Madrid's Galacticos dominated headlines. Barcelona needed a savior. They got one. Almost immediately, Ronaldinho transformed the club. His smile became the symbol of a new era. Fans returned to the stadium full of hope. The team played attractive football again. Most importantly, they started winning. Ronaldinho wasn't just effective, he was spectacular. No-look passes, elasticos, impossible dribbles, long-range screamers. Every match felt like a highlight reel. Football fans around the world stopped whatever they were doing whenever Ronaldinho touched the ball, because something magical might happen. The peak of greatness. Between 2004 and 2006, Ronaldinho reached a level few players in history have achieved. He won the FIFA World Player of the Year award twice. He won the Ballon d'Or. He led Barcelona to the Champions League. He became the face of football. At his peak, many considered him the best player on the planet. One moment perfectly captured his greatness. In 2005, Barcelona visited Real Madrid at the Santiago Bernabeu. Ronaldinho destroyed Madrid's defense. After scoring an incredible goal, something almost unheard of happened. Real Madrid supporters stood up and applauded him, an opposing player, in their own stadium. For many football fans, that standing ovation remains one of the greatest signs of respect ever given to a player. Ronaldinho wasn't just beating opponents, he was winning over entire crowds, the beginning of the decline. Then something changed. While other superstars obsessed over training, recovery, nutrition, and constant improvement, Ronaldinho's lifestyle remained relaxed. As football evolved, professionalism became more demanding. Players trained harder, fitness standards increased, competition intensified. Ronaldinho's performances began to decline. The flashes of brilliance were still there, but they became less frequent. Reports emerged of late-night partying. Questions about commitment started appearing regularly in the media. Barcelona officials reportedly became concerned. The club that once revolved around Ronaldinho gradually shifted its focus toward a young Argentine star named Lionel Messi. A new era was beginning, and Ronaldinho was no longer at the center of it. leaving Barcelona. In 2008, Barcelona made a decision that shocked many fans. Ronaldinho was sold to AC Milan. Officially, it was the end of one chapter. But the explosive version of Ronaldinho that terrified defenders every week was gone, which somehow made it even sadder. Fans watched one of football's greatest entertainers slowly lose the magic that once made him unstoppable. Retirement and financial problems. Most football legends retire with enough money to live comfortably forever. Ronaldinho earned tens of millions during his career. Through salaries, endorsements, sponsorships, and appearance fees, he accumulated enormous wealth. So why did stories emerge claiming he was broke? The answer is more complicated than many headlines suggested. In 2018, reports surfaced that Brazilian authorities had frozen Ronaldinho's assets due to legal disputes involving environmental fines and property issues. One report claimed authorities found only a small amount of money in his bank accounts. The story exploded globally. Suddenly, newspapers everywhere were declaring that Ronaldinho was bankrupt. He wasn't necessarily penniless. However, the situation revealed that financial management after retirement can become complicated, even for global superstars. The Paraguay incident. Then came one of the most bizarre chapters in football history. In 2020, Ronaldinho traveled to Paraguay. Authorities alleged that he and his brother had entered the country using altered documents. Both men were detained. The contrast was surreal. A former Ballon d'Or winner, a World Cup champion, one of football's greatest icons, now sitting in detention. Yet, it happened. Eventually, Ronaldinho was released and later returned home, but the damage to his image had already been done. Why fans were heartbroken? What made Ronaldinho's fall so difficult for many fans wasn't simply the legal troubles or financial stories. It was who he represented. Ronaldinho symbolized joy. He was football at its most beautiful. While other stars inspired admiration, Ronaldinho inspired happiness. Even rival supporters loved watching him play. He smiled constantly. He entertained. They wanted the story to end differently. They wanted the magician to stay magical forever. But real life rarely follows perfect scripts. Was Ronaldinho really broke? The phrase "from world's best to broke" became popular because it was dramatic, but it oversimplifies reality. Ronaldinho certainly faced financial and legal challenges. His assets were affected by disputes. His reputation suffered. His decision-making was questioned. But he also wasn't necessarily living without resources. The headlines often told only part of the story. The legacy remains untouched. Despite everything that happened after his peak, Ronaldinho's football legacy remains secure. Few players have ever entertained the world the way he did. Few players have ever played with such freedom and creativity. Few players have ever inspired an entire generation to enjoy football rather than win it. He proved that joy could coexist with greatness. He showed that a smile could be as powerful as a trophy. And while his post-football years have included setbacks, controversies, and challenges, they cannot erase what happened on the pitch. Conclusion. The story of Ronaldinho is one of football's most fascinating cautionary tales. A boy from Brazil became the best player in the world. A superstar conquered Europe. A magician captivated millions. Then came decline, controversy, legal troubles, and financial questions. Yet through it all, one truth remains unchanged. When people remember Ronaldinho, they don't remember frozen bank accounts, the standing ovation at the Bernabeu, the feeling that anything could happen when he had the ball. Because while Ronaldinho's career may have fallen from its incredible heights, the magic he gave football will never disappear. If you enjoyed this story, make sure to like the video, subscribe for more football legends, rise and fall stories, and untold football history, and comment below with the next player you'd like us to cover. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.